And Robert and I have a long history. We were against each other for so long. But you're right. We were in the Ferrari Academy together. We were teammates in F3. We were always wheel to wheel. No matter what championship, what car, we were always very close. So there was a lot of friction.
Long way round, and they make contact. They both locked up.
It wasn't only just between Rob and I. That was between, I'd say, everyone that was within a shot of an F1 seat. He's really changed a lot. He'll be fighting with us so we can reignite that fire.
Marcus Armstrong, thank you so much for taking the time to talk. What is your current PR for planking?
My current PR for planking?
Because in recent interviews, I saw you were trying to get to 8 hours. You were trying to break the record, but at that point, you were at 90 minutes.
I'm well into the 3-hour mark at this point.
Excuse me.
But it's a chilled after. Normally, if I'm doing a long plank, it's a rest day. So I'll just chill, listen to a JRE podcast, maybe even read a book.
Yeah.
It's a fairly chilled afternoon. I understand that it's not everyone's cup of tea.
So for you, doing a plank for 3 hours is a chill afternoon.
But I mean, much like yourself, you're a specimen. I guess you could probably do a half hour fairly easily. Am I wrong? Or
I don't know. I try. I very much have like a dad bod going on right now. So I appreciate that you say that, especially since you work out like 4 or 5 hours a day, right?
Yes, but what they say is a dad bod is the peak of athleticism. That's what the Patty Mahomes, they're talking about this NHL player. I don't watch the NHL, but got a bit of a bod going on, a bit of a beer belly. Unfortunately, I don't have one myself, but I genuinely can't gain weight to save my life. So
You would like to have a beer belly?
it's fashionable at the moment.
I can give you some tips.
I don't know if you follow Just Jard on Instagram, but they always post celebrities going out for coffee with their dog and their dirty hat and actually trying to look like pieces of shite. And
Sure.
they're all trying to be... Am I stepping out a line here saying they're trying to be fat?
No, I think it's one of those things where beauty standards in Hollywood are insane. And I think they go through cycles where, for instance, the physique that you see on a Marvel superhero is only sustainable for a few months. And to do that long term, you have to be a glutton for punishment if you want that to be your entire life.
Well, Zac Efron for that film, Baywatch, great movie, by the way. I was actually casted as the Zac Efron's character, whatever his name was, but I was busy that week. So,
Sure.
But he looks kind of dead almost. The body fat percentage is so low. It's almost as low as me. He
Right.
looks dead, like a skeleton.
I know a lot of actors say when their body fat percentage is that low, their energy levels are a fraction of what they would normally be.
And that's the situation. Like the planking, I feel like I could probably go for a good 9 or 10 hours not trying. I'm actually not taking the piss here. If I ate a boatload of carbs and just sipped on Coca-Cola for like every 20 minutes, have
Sure.
like mils of Coca-Cola. Because I don't necessarily get, like, it doesn't give out. It's just the fact that I run out of energy.
Yeah.
So perhaps I need to speak to some like professional athlete or Zac Efron training for that film. Zac Efron's trainer and, world record.
Yeah, let's love to see it. When you do decide that you're going to read a book in a 2-3 hour plank, what are you reading?
I'm reading. Actually, last time I did a super long plank, you're going to think I'm an absolute nutcase, but I was reading the Chakras meditation, and it was like, it would go through the colors of your, honestly, I can't remember it. That's how dumb I am, but of each of your chakras through your body.
Yeah.
And I read that for like 15 minutes, and I was like, this is hard work, to be
Yeah.
fair. It's draining more so than physically draining, so I gave that a miss.
Can you expand? Like, I know nothing about that, about chakras. Can you explain? Can you elaborate on that at all? Like, what are colors that different people emit?
Yeah, so you got your red,
Yeah.
your chakra, and sorry if anyone in the comments is going to scold me for getting this wrong, but you got your red chakra.
Okay.
That's your base.
Okay.
That's how you say your foundation.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to represent forgotten. And then the you go up, the more like intellectual the are. So
Yeah.
it's like your charisma.
Yeah.
Everything I don't have, basically.
Are you trying to get there?
Trying.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. I need to do a few more hours of planking to get through that book because I'm only doing it like 2 or 3 pages at a time. So
When you interact with other people, can you read their chakras?
it's a fantastic question. I'm gonna have to bring that up with the chakra gods because that's out of my realm of
Do you
knowledge.
have an interview with them right after this?
I do. It's actually in the media bullpen just over there. This is a terrible interview.
I know. I'm sorry. That's fair. When you're coming through the ladder series, you were racing against some other drivers who are currently in IndyCar, like Rinus VK.
Yes.
Robert Schwartzman, who you were teammates with at Prima. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you feel like, is there any sort of like bond you have with either of those drivers, just because you have shared experiences and, for lack of a better term, are trauma bonded from experiences coming up?
From the Ferrari days?
Sure, yeah.
Talking about the Ferrari days?
Yeah.
Well, Ossie and I don't know if you've met Callum.
Not yet.
Phenomenal person.
Yeah.
Great. One of the most temperamental people I've ever met in my life, in the best way possible.
Okay.
Let's say he's English.
Okay.
And we would do our daily debriefs in the FDA in the Ferrari Driver Academy. You know, you'd be diplomatic about the situation. You know, you're bit of compliment sandwich, you know. He would come along and he would scold the managers of the FDA for a good 3 or 4 minutes, and all the other drivers would just sit there and just be rubbing their hands looking forward to hearing from him.
Yeah.
But I suppose we are trauma bonded in ways, but
what I saw in like race results standings, it seemed like you were very competitive with Robert Schwartzman, your teammate at Prima. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like can you elaborate on like what dynamic was between you two? Like close was more of like a rivalry? Do you still sort of have those kind of feelings in IndyCar now? You guys are on different teams.
Yeah, I mean, Rob and I have a long history. We were against each other for so long. Mm-hmm. But you're right, we were in the Ferrari Academy together. We were teammates in F3. We were always wheel to wheel. No matter what championship, what car, we were always very close. So, I mean, you could argue that I'm not the driver I am today if it wasn't for that competition that we had. But Rob is chill now that we're out of that F1 world, because back in the day it was quite there was a lot of friction. It wasn't only just between Rob and I, that was between, I'd say, everyone that was within a shot of an F1 seat. Nowadays, I mean, I catch up with Robert and it's hanging out with a Kiwi almost. He's really changed a lot, and it's cool to see. I mean, IndyCar brings out the best of everyone, so and hopefully, you know, they start to gain a bit of momentum and they can be fighting with us so we can reignite that fire.
Yeah. Cool. When is Screaming Meals coming back, and are you ever coming back to it?
That's one of the biggest questions ever. That they're comparing my return to Screaming Meals with J-Lo's next album, and can't give a definitive answer. Like, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Good things take time, and if you want to be a guest on Screaming Meals,
I would love to. I was trying to do some research on you, and I was trying to listen to some episodes, but it was really just James and Clem, I believe. And the last time you were on it was like 1.5 or 2 years ago.
James and Clem are phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah, they're funny guys.
I would say Clement Novalak is one of the funniest people to ever walk the racing paddock, alongside James Hinchcliffe and yourself. But
you don't even know me, but thank you.
Well, I've heard you're funny. That's what Louise says anyway. So, job, bro. Louise likes you.
Great. Thank you, Louise. But so maybe, we're not sure.
Yeah, the thing is, we used to do like wine and stuff.
Yeah.
Mention like margarita night and mojitos and all sorts of nonsensical things, which doesn't exactly bond well with the racing career.
Sure.
So
you guys were also in the same space, so it was easy to just go out and turn your phone like a voice on and record the night.
Yes. Are you saying like as when we were out having fun? No, I mean, Rory was our producer and he would make sure that it was clean. Like, we didn't necessarily too steamed, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But you know, tasting episodes are my enjoyable because I'm quite a wine connoisseur.
Yeah.
I love a Pinot Noir. Like range from New Zealand.
Do you like, are you someone that drinks wine every week, every day?
Not every, in fact, I barely drink anymore, honestly. I probably have like one drink a month. And I make sure it's a goodie. I either have a full bottle of Classe Azul.
Sure,
just to knock that back. So the issue is, if I have a double shot of Classe Azul, which is perfecto, I want another one. Yeah. And then probably I want another one. And then by the time I've had my third or fourth one, I'm like, I'm a young Scott Dixon at that point.
So you're someone who like you need to work in like absolutes and black and white. It's hard to like exist in the gray area, gray space.
Genuinely, I have a very addictive personality. Like you know, Felix and I were talking about it yesterday. Like, what are we going to do when we retire?
Yeah.
It could go one or two ways.
Sure.
I could become.
You're very young to be having that conversation.
Well, I reflect a lot on my life and how it's going.
Yeah.
And as I say, I read the chakra meditation book when I'm doing my 8-hour planks. And I could either become an alcoholic,
Sure.
which is an avenue anyone could go down.
Noble profession.
We are in California
Yeah.
as well. Or I could become an Ironman athlete and have an athletic career that is beyond my current abilities.
Yeah.
But that's all to be decided in the future. I mean, I'm talking absolute nonsense at this point. So
No, I love
apologize.
this. I'm sorry this is like such a bad interview, and that's on me for not being prepared at
I'm
this
sorry.
point. No,
I apologize to all the fans out there for that terrible interview.